All right, so we talked about money, we talked about burnouts, we talked about telemedicine. Let's dwell into more pleasant subjects like digital nomad physician. What does this mean? How can you become a digital nomad doctor? Tools and opportunities for location independent medical practice. I already mentioned to you the possibility of running a practice on a single subject like chronic medical care. So let's explain this differently. How can you get paid and basically be a nomad as a physician? So already the billing codes exist for a lot of services that are recognized nowadays as very suitable needs of patients. Could be like chronic disease management, for example. This is a simple way to go straight forward. Another way that you could use is you could maybe look for people that have already built a practice around that. So unlike 5 years ago, these tools are going to become and are definitely becoming not only better through the access of AI and other technologies, but truly we have better and better communication. And nowadays we are reaching a point where there are better positions and offers for physicians. So this is what we're going to look at in this video. Let's get into it. So impressive earning potentials. So $400,000, you can find jobs at $400,000. $100, I would say on average in the States, where this is US dollars, by the way, it's $120 an hour to $150 an hour. Working for somebody, okay? Specialists, you can go more on a higher end, maybe reach up as much as $800 a consult, or $600, maybe $500 an hour, $400 an hour, depending on what you're practicing. Let me ask you, do you really need to spend $800 USD a day? Like, you're a nomad, right? Like, where are you, like, residing? Dubai, or like the Burj Khalifa? Or where are you? That's like, where the hell are you? Like Monaco? Are you sleeping in the casino? It's like, yo, patience, come on, man. I need to play. You know, it's like, hey, man, I'm betting a consultation, man, per game, man. It's $800. Let's see what happens. Crap, I gotta go back to my room, take some calls now. You know, where does it get? Like, what is your destiny? So let's go into details. So maybe physician making $6,000 a month, working 12 hours a week, explores freedom. Case study, Spain. Is it really like that? You know? So here's the thing. 12 hours that give you money, or 12 hours that give you money, and 20 hours building the communications with people, talking to insurance companies, talking to people to try to get clients. One of the great things about the nomad lifestyle is having everything taken for you. Like, if you're going to try out being a telemedicine doctor, try to work for a big company. I would say companies like, we'll discuss that later. And the purpose is that they already have this set up. They're giving you like benefits, dental care, they give you a lot of stuff, retirements, the contribution on your retirement funds, like your 401k. It's actually way more developed than it used to be before. Before, you could barely find any jobs. Now you have also non-clinical jobs. Means you don't need to see a patient. That means you can be anywhere in the world. You work for a company, you could be an advisor, you can be somebody checking out like a research program, but you're an MD. So you have to think outside of the box. Clinical is what we have been trained at, but you could do reviewing cases. You could do a job reviewing cases. Could be for any sort of, I don't know, what is a case reviewer for insurance companies. You could do a lot of jobs. So all these are published online at the same time. So how you build that hour that you're going to work, if you run your own business and you scratch from zero, I'm telling you, bro, if you do 12 hours a week, you are lucky. It actually takes a lot more. It takes a lot of work outside to actually run your own business in telemedicine and have no backup of sorts. If you want to go solo practice telemedicine, it's actually, you're going to work way more than that, and you're going to make less than that. Unless you already have a setup, sort of, and then you have AI helping you out at the same time, and you can have like crazy quality of life. Your like teachers in residency could not, by any stretch of their imagination, imagine you could have had such an enjoyable lifestyle and practice and still be called a doctor. So it's up to you, eh? It's up to you guys. Patient benefits, no shows. So reduced no shows. About 2.5 hours saved per patient visit. How does that make sense? 101 miles. I have to review how these statistics were given. The 101 miles travel distance is actually per visit, but I think I have to review this information actually. Essential digital tools, Nomad list. Okay, so these are tools that I love. Nomad list. Go to that website. It's like a It's like 150 bucks, I don't know, or like $99. I don't remember how much it was. One-time fee. You pay once, you're good for life. It's a community for people that are on the go. Absolutely insane in that is how much detail you get. So if you like to travel and you follow my advice, your first year post residency is telemedicine and you like to travel, you go to this website right now. Like stop this video, go to nomadlist.com and check out the website. You'll see just do it, man. And then look at all the information they have on the rounds of, look at towns you know, cities you're probably from. You're from Iran, look up what they say about any city in Iran that you think is less known. You're from China, look up any city from China. Look up your town, your native town, whatever you're from, and see if the information kind of checks out. So it's a great tool for people that are interested in traveling. Now, the other thing now, remote code. So Nomad List is more like a travel guide for you. So if you have a place that allows, let me say that again, you already have the job, you're not looking for the job, but you want to know, what do I do as a traveler, as a nomad, digital nomad? Then you go to Nomad List. If you don't have the job yet, then you go to remote.co and you check out what they have. Do you want to work clinical? Do you want to work non-clinical? And you build that practice for yourself. And then you have telehealth jobs. You can also look up to see what they have. Remote Co has a lot of jobs. It's like for anybody looking for a remote job. So not necessarily healthcare related. But in your case, being a healthcare professional, if you're board certified, if you finish residency, you go there. You could start looking there in your free time, in your third year or the second year. And then you have pretty much have an idea what you're going to be doing afterwards when you finish residency. You get your board certification, bro, you're going to be fine, man. Any specialty, you're going to be fine. Telehealth jobs, medical specific opportunities. Okay. So top telehealth employers. So who can, oh, there's information missing here. So I mentioned in there, oh man, give me a moment. Let me see if I can review that without having to stop the video. Problem with the configuration here. If you guys give me just a moment, get that information for you. This is so complex. All right. Here we go. Teladoc, Amwell, AMWELL, MD Live, Babylon Health, Doctor on Demand, and PlushCare. These are companies that are more like US based, except Teladoc, which is very Canadian. I work with Teladoc. I worked with Teladoc in Florida. I worked with Teladoc in Canada, in Quebec. I worked internationally also with Teladoc. I would definitely advise you guys reach out to these people. Very physician friendly, very concerned with their community, and most importantly, an understanding. Everybody there that you will communicate with is working telemed. So there's like 20 physicians in your group that you're going to be with likely, and you each get like a schedule. Like I work Saturdays from like 6 a.m. to like 10 or whenever you work, and the salary is actually pretty good and you get benefits on top of that. I don't know of the different plans that all these different employers offer to physicians, but this one I'm telling you because I have personally worked with them. I worked with them before they came to Canada with COVID-19. They came to Canada and they have a lot of experience. They know what telemedicine is. Unlike physicians here in Quebec, unfortunately, when telemedicine arrived, everybody started from zero up until this day. Now, 5 years of telemedicine. Now, physicians certainly do have a lot of experience, but they don't have any formal training in telemedicine. And patients do not have proper triage in Quebec. So the physician doing the actual appointment is the actual triage person. There are no ways in Quebec right now for the government to triage a patient when they're making an appointment. I'm making an appointment because I feel like I have crushing chest pain. Okay, we found you an appointment in 2 weeks. Okay, thank you for the appointment. Literally, this will happen. This is a huge problem because there is no proper, nobody is assessing this patient when they're getting a telemedicine appointment. The government was very reluctant. The College of Physicians of Quebec was extremely reluctant to allowing any form of telemedicine practice in this province. So when it was brought into, there was never sets of precautions. So I'm saying this because the people that have experience in telemedicine, they use very efficient triage methods. In the States, particularly Teladoc, when I used to work in their giving telemedicine in Florida, I saw the things they have. They have guidelines for doctors. Before the doctor even gets the consultation request, a nurse has already reviewed the problem for which the patient was consulting. And if they were not this is not a telemedicine case, they were immediately redirected to a proper acuity of care service provider. So this is what's lacking here, which is extremely important. It doesn't even make sense how this can continue without actual implementation. And it just shows that the people that prohibited the telemedicine had no education. The College of Physicians in Quebec had zero education in telemedicine. There were zero physicians up until 2020 in Quebec practicing telemedicine. Zero. There were no trainings, and all of it just arrived overnight. So they were unfortunately unprepared for COVID. COVID did bring the opportunity to do these significant and very positive changes to the healthcare situation in Quebec, but they are very slow and very reluctant to actually implement necessary changes. There's nobody supervising this evolution into practice. So in the States, you know who does? The lawyers do, because every time you make a mistake, maybe you can get sued. So these companies are blind, like they're, how do you say that? They're shielded. Like they have layers upon layers of verification to have extremely efficient systems. And this is what Quebec needs to kind of use these companies for, and ask them, how did you guys, what do we need to do here to have safe telemedicine? We need to implement this on a national level. It's not being done. These companies have created these tools for their doctors. They have also, say you have a case of otitis, ear pain autolgia. What is it? It's an infection. When can you do telemedicine? When can you not do telemedicine? So I remember using the forms of Teledoc, and they have education for a patient of this age group, 8 years and younger. They absolutely must have an in-person evaluation. You cannot do it in telemedicine. So they have these guidelines that physicians here locally do not have. So if you don't know the information, and nobody's saying like every doctor here has perfect knowledge of something that they never practiced before it took place. So the reality is that this needs to take place. The education needs to take place, and the tools need to take birth. And the best thing is to just take them from the States. It already exists. There's already guidelines on all this, and it needs to be built into the way that we practice medicine here. All right, continuing. Best home base. Oh man, so what a subject, right? So can you work from Hawaii? So I think I saw that actually. It was like the best place for people to work remote from was Hawaii. Then I was like, did you see the cost of healthcare, or not healthcare, the cost of life being in Hawaii? But then you can kind of see it, right? You are in an ideal type of scenario. You're near the beach, you're on a condo or whatever. Every day you go out, you do your exercise by the beach. You swim if you want. You want to do surf, you do surf. You want to fish, you fish. You want to bike, what do you want to do? They have it, right? Tropical scenario, beautiful people, best lifestyle, healthy foods, exotic fruits, a little bit on the expensive side, but you may try different variations of this type of coastal life, like Portugal, also extremely expensive actually to live into. Or you can go to more. Here's the thing. I discussed in a video previously, the video was on the subject of what is the ideal medical practice. And so I was discussing in that video, the contracts today, when you get a contract from like an employer, the contract tends to be like, you have to do like 40 weeks of work, and then you get 12 weeks paid time off or something like that. Or you work 7 on, 7 off, depending on if you get a hospitalist contract, or you could do shift, 48 hours, 72 hours. You work 3 days a week, then 4 days off. There's different types of programs or contracts that you can work around. And so I was saying in that conversation, that is a method to see work. But my ideal work would not be a place where I would leave. Then I asked people, if you're in Costa Rica, okay, you were able to afford buying something by the beach. You have a good internet connection. I don't know what you have, whatever provider you have. Maybe you have, what's his name? Starlink from Elon Musk. I don't know what you have. I don't even know if they have it in that place. But anyways, let's say you do have that. You're by the beach. You create a resort for physicians. You have a gym. You have water sports that you can do. You have a chef. I love seafood. So my chef is making seafood. We have a fruit forest right behind. We have all the fruits we could wish for naturally growing there near the beach. So I was asking myself, would I stop working? It's like, why do I need like paid time off? And it's not about being paid time off. I'm saying quality of life is like, you could still work with having better quality of life. So I'm saying like, what people take vacation for, to go to Costa Rica by the beach, to do exercise on the seashore, maybe scuba diving, maybe surfing, maybe horseback riding. That's like some people's everyday life. So in the subject of telling people, look, how do you an ideal practice for yourself? You have to know what you like. And this is what this video is going to. You have to, the best place in the world. So part of the knowledge of acquiring this information is you actually traveling to all these places, and maybe you find one you love it and you'll be like, yeah, but it's too expensive. I don't feel well here. It's just like, I feel like I'm being ripped off. Want to buy a small apartment? $700,000 US. Or you got a nice beach, but it's just not something I'm willing to settle down for. And you have $500,000, like a mansion in one of these countries, like straight up mansion by the beach, a villa, an entire villa. So I discussed that over with physicians in a discussion on what is the ideal job for you. That's what you ought to practice, and that's what you ought to aim to get. That's why I'm also recommending to people your first year of work has to be telemedicine, so you can taste the freedom. And when you settle down in the future for working somewhere, you like knowledge in your head to know, should I leave this job because this job sucks? So if you don't have things to compare things with, this is what you're going to end up in. You're going to end up settling for a job that maybe just don't like it too well. You're going to stay there like 10 years. If you're lucky, you'll burn out and you'll leave that place and you'll keep on and you'll restart your search. Or you could just do like some people, they just, it's a job. It's a job everywhere. No, it's not. It's not a job everywhere. There's no moroseness. When you have the ideal place for yourself, you actually love being there every day. And it's no longer a job. It's like, some people call it a passion, but it's better than that. There's nothing passionate about it. It's just that everything is perfectly where it has to be. And then you wake up every day there. Bro, you are in your inner circle. It's like you like having an inner circle of friends, but it's of lifestyle. Gym by the seashore, scuba diving, swimming, hunting. What do you like? A fruit forest, exotic fruits. This is like the dream life. Whether you work as a programmer, as a healthcare provider, it doesn't matter. What you live on a day-to-day basis is what people like try to free themselves from their life to go to experience. So this is what I mean. An ideal job will be the ideal place for you to be at practicing the job that you are trained to do. The way you go about that, you could use ChatGPT partly to explain what you like, and then you have ChatGPT give me 10 locations that I should look at. Then you go to Nomad List, as discussed earlier, and nomadlist.com. You log in and you look at those towns. And then the next step is for you. So first and foremost, get a job that you can work remotely at. You need the job first and foremost. Take a job that doesn't maybe earn a lot, and then just take that to look at the world and where you are. That way you can ultimately find a location that permanently provides to you the possibility to build something up. I was also saying about lifestyle. Can you imagine you're family physician and you have a place like that? Why wouldn't you be able to train people, do like a weight loss rejuvenation camp where people just come there? Your patients, your clients go to that place. Why would they go there? To experience your knowledge on how to live. It's way beyond just medical consultation. It is medical consultation and more. What can you have in a country like Costa Rica or Thailand or Indonesia and Bali? You could hire $400 a month, get a kinesiologist, a physiotherapist, a massage therapist. Your clients come, day one, let's go. Kinesiology consultation, physiotherapy, massage. Let's work on your pains. Let's work on your health. Get clear goals by the time they leave. Let's say they leave in a month. It's a whole different mindset. So it's definitely possible. And it's the way that you're going to see me direct my medical experience and services for into the future. Because it's ultimately the mixture of all these things that creates what's the best life for people. When you are talking to people from that set point, you understand everybody's illnesses. Why are you sick? Why are you depressed? It just answers itself. It's because you're at the wrong place doing the wrong job from a day-to-day basis. You wake up every day to the same rinse and repeat. It's demoralizing. So how could you ever be happy long term? It's impossible. Became a doctor to get crushed under paperwork. You need a better job. I'm sorry. It's just not worth it. It's like, okay, well, I do get money. Yeah, you get money and you get what else? Nothing else. You live somewhere that sucks. Is it compatible with you in the first place? Are you coping into things that you don't need because you just lack what you need? So you need to like pacify yourself through it. So you have to build your medical practice. This is something that I tell people. If you're a med school student or a resident, you will not be taught in residency. It's not the purpose of teaching you how to run the business of a medical clinic. This is something you will need to build, and it's a head crushing experience and a financially impoverishing experience. Do not buy technology from anyone. No technology. Do not. This is why I'm telling people like you need to do 1 year of telemedicine. Do not buy any technology, like any technology whatsoever for a clinic. Just keep on watching these videos. I will discuss all this into detail. Why you should not buy these like $50,000 machines to do procedures in your clinic. You need to first know, like leave that $50,000 investment for after when you're going to get that villa to do like, I don't know, like an infinity pool. That's a way better investment. Your patients are going to love that even better. Can you imagine like just the mindset? If you're my patient, you need to come to my villa here on the beach, our medical resort. We give you whatever you do, like you do physical therapy back home in Wyoming or wherever the hell you live. You're going to be doing like 1 to 2 sessions, physiotherapy, kinesiology, massage, stretching by the beach, by the sand, yoga by the sand, sunset watching. My friend, this is like your heart craves, like straight up. You do that a few times and then you realize as a human being, this is like, it's about sharing. It's not even about charging people stuff. It's about sharing this technology. Nature is the technology. Living in symbiosis with the best thing, trying all these exotic fruits. That's what's fun. And forget paying. It has nothing to do with money. So it's about lifestyle re-engineering. You have to abandon the way that people basically live life to go into one that's more symbiotic with life and nature, to know how to live. This is what your patients are coming to you for. They're expecting you to be sufficiently detached and wise as a physician. They look up to you. They want the solutions for their lives. You know, it's like, hey doc, my elbows are swollen, olecranon bursitis. I do this every day, like 6 hours. Hey doc, what's the treatment? Stop doing that. It's not enough. It is part of the solution, but it's just not enough. So re-engineering the human body through a more diverse, humane approach, more patient. Is it hard for you to be patient when you're sun tanning by the beach? Little cockatiels or whatever exotic birds they have there. You're there drinking your pina colada. Is that tough? Are you burned out now? It's not. So it's situational. Your situation sucks. You're in hell. It burns. People burn in hell. We got to take you out of there. So I'm going to do that for physicians, but because I also do believe in it quite significantly. I don't see in the United States a place that would allow for such a thing to happen. And then the other part of this is engineering a significant flow of job options that people can do. Let's say we have a resort that you can, by the way, this that I'm telling you, it's not even my invention. There's already in Hawaii radiology resorts where the radiologists are working. They're getting their image studies sent over to them from hospitals all over the states. It gets to them, they read it, and they send their reports back. And they go back to living their life on the beach. I'm just looking for something more affordable. You know, the job of radiologists has always been remote. So take it from them. They already know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, dude. So yeah, another partnership with like facial aesthetic clinics doing obaji treat, facial peeling with all these ladies that they want to do something and they need a physician to help them out or something. You could also organize that. You do a deal with them, visual examination remotely or whatever, video conferencing. There's so many things you could do, man, to help people out. It's just insane. Today with functional medicine, it's like 5 times more stuff that there was before. Supplements, like no doctors don't know about that. So supplements, when to take these medications, when to take magnesium, how to optimize your health. Going from like, I'm healthy, I just want to be top. What is that? How do you define that? How does that scientifically sound? What is the scientific backing to that? How do we optimize health? What are your actual issues right now? AI is doing all that, by the way. And I have some solutions that I work on as well, but that will be the subject of talk at another time. And I think that's it for this presentation. So you saw it, it's very heartfelt. I'm telling you things that I honestly believe in. And the future is definitely in working more, but working better. And you work better by being at the best place for you to work from. Ultimately, it's the moral of the story is why get burned, doing something that you could do very comfortably. And so don't expect your employer to do this for you. You are your own employer. Okay. You then go through an employer to get paid, but you are your own employer, number one and first and foremost.